Hello everyone, Thempire Ian here with more new cards. We've got the Magical King of the Swamp, but also we have the new Witchcrafter cards that have been teased in that one set that has like the Witchcrafter cards, the Unchained cards, and the Toon cards. We've seen the Toon cards already, haven't seen the Unchained stuff yet, but we do have the Witchcrafter stuff now. I'm going to look at it in just a second. First up though, Magical King of the Swamp. It's a water spellcaster, level 3, 500 attack, 1100 defense. You can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can reveal a fusion monster in your extra deck. If you do, banish a material mentioned on it from your deck, then special summon this card, and if it is used as fusion material this turn, its name can be treated as the banished monsters. That is interesting. This is a very interesting card. I'm not sure how much play it'll see, but it is very interesting. I'm very interested to see what people do with this. This is a card that can be used. It has good card text on it. I'm just not sure exactly which decks are using it, but I'm sure there's one. There's got to be one that wants this. Very interesting. All right, next up, Witchcrafter. Witchcrafter time from the Revolution booster. Oh, look at that. Witchcrafter Terracotta. It's so cute. Look at that little terracotta monster. Level 2 Earth Spellcaster effect monster, 0 attack, 2000 defense. You can use the first effect of this card once return. If this card is in your hand, you can target a Witchcrafter card in your graveyard except for Witchcrafter Terracotta. Add it to your hand, and if you use special summon this card, you cannot special summon an extra deck for the rest of the turn except for Witchcrafter monsters. This is pretty good because the Witchcrafter monsters require you to discard spells in order to do their effects. So you get Witchcrafter cards in the grave, you know? Yeah, it does itself. We of course also have like the new stuff like Genny, Maid of Endymion, which is also a Witchcrafter card, and Vare as well. But yeah, the old Witchcrafter cards want you to discard spells for their effects. So, with a new card, getting it back into hand, that's pretty nice. During your main phase, you can fusion summon a Witchcrafter monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. That makes it easier to get out the old fusion monster, which is not that one. This one, Vice Madame. But it also seems we have a new fusion monster as well, Witchcrafter Madame Riliona. Riliona already exists as a card, so this is her Madame form as she takes over in the place of Vare. Here's Vare, Madame Vare, Witchcrafter Madame Vare. Riliona... Wait, is Riliona a different card? I don't actually know. I'm not super up on the lore. I thought Riliona was a Witchcrafter. I know her name. The name is very familiar. Let's... the Magistus of Vare. So this is Vare's like full form, I suppose. Like before she turns chibi, I guess. But she's also the Witchcrafter Madame. Maybe this is after she comes back from her trip and like reclaims the title of Witchcrafter Madame. Anyways, level 8 light spellcaster fusion effect monster, 3800, 2800. Damn, that's a huge stats. The same with the invoked monsters. I guess she has to be this big to fight Alistair's invoked monsters. Because like I think they're villain. Alistair is like a villain at this point in the timeline, and the Witchcrafters are fighting them. I think, I don't know. I go to Golden Nova for lore. Golden Nova has the lore. I don't do lore. Witchcrafter Madame Vare and 2 spellcaster monsters. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is... To be clear, I like the lore. It's just I can't decipher it from these cards very well. It's hard to keep it all straight because these cards are, you know. Anyways, you only use the first and second of this card's name once per turn. If this card is fusion summon, you can special summon the 3 level 7 or lower Witchcrafter monsters with different attributes from each other from your hand or deck. God damn. Also, you cannot special summon the extra deck for the rest of this turn except for fusion monsters. Okay, fair enough. During your end phase of this card in your graveyard, you can reveal a spell in your hand, special summon this card in defense position. Jesus Christ. This card is crazy. It only gets this if it's fusion summoned. But Getting 3 level 7 or lower Witchcrafter monsters, which is most of them, onto the field, it might be all of them actually. I think even like the biggest one is like a 7, right? Okay, it's not, going back is not going to... work. I think the biggest of them is a 7, which is a Ruru's an 8. Okay, a Ruru's an 8. You can't get a Ruru. You can get Hane. Vare must be an 8 then too. Yeah, Vare is an 8. So you can't get Vare, but you can get Hane and lower. And you can't get Vice Madame if she's in the graveyard. It doesn't summon from graveyard anyways, so it doesn't matter. Damn strong effect. And then also it's just a 3800 that comes back if you reveal a spell in hand. Like, that's fucking insane. Also, it's more material because it's a Witchcrafter monster. Alright, and then we have a bunch of spells, it looks like. Witchcrafter Celebration. Yeah, it is her coming back from her trip. And then here's Hane like, oh, time to... she's back now. And she's big. Yeah, no, that's literally... I sniffed it out. Quick play spell card. You can only use the first one of the first and second cards per turn, only once that turn. Activate one of these effects, destroy a Witchcrafter monster you control and one card your opponent controls. Okay, so it's Final Break of the End times for Witchcrafters. Fusion summon a Witchcrafter monster you actually get shuffling spellcasters from grave or banishment into the deck. Wow, that's pretty nice. Gives you another fusion effect for Witchcrafter monsters and recycles the ones in grave and banishment. Really good. During your end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you control a Witchcrafter monster, you can add this card to your hand, of course. Witchcrafter! That's the gimmick. Witchcrafter Walpurgis! They're having a Walpurgisnacht! WALPURGISNACHT. Field spell card. That is like an actual thing with witches, so that doesn't make it. It's not actually that big a deal. That's why they use it in Madoka Magica. Field spell card. You can only use the first this card once per turn. During a main phase, you can add a Witchcrafter monster from your deck to your hand and discard a card. Okay, so it's a Rhoda, but it also does require a discard. Well, it's a field spell though. It's one of the field spells that gets you into combo. During your turn, if you would discard a card to activate the effect of a Witchcrafter monster you control, you can send a Witchcrafter spellcraft from deck or to graveyard instead. That's fucking insane. That's insane, because then it... not only does that retain card advantage in hand, it gets them into rotation so they can come back to your hand in the end phase. Or be brought back to your hand by Terracotta. That's crazy? What the fuck? These notes make sense. That's basically what I was explaining earlier. The Saint's Feast of Saint Walpurgia. Witchcraft Distortion, a new trap card. Counter trap card. It's actually kind of a small wave. I think the Toon one was bigger, right? I don't know. And the Toon one we're still missing a card from too. I don't know if we're missing cards from this one or not. Witchcraft Distortion is a... oh, it looks like she's only temporarily back, so she still turns back into this form sometimes when she's tired. So Hane's here to help her out. Witchcraft Distortion is a counter trap card. You'll use the first and second discard per turn. When a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated and you control a level 5 or higher Witchcrafter monster, negate the activation if you destroy that card. It's a counter trap card, makes sense. If this card is in your graveyard except the turn it was sent there, you can banish it, add a level 5 or higher spellcaster monster from your deck to your hand, then discard one card. I wonder, probably not, right? I was like, is this good enough to consider running as just like a Foolish Burial Goods target? I don't think so. I think Witchcrafter is actually, with these new cards, has enough consistency. It doesn't necessarily need that kind of thing, right? It is a trap card. Can Walpurgisnacht send it? It can. So you can actually send it off of the Witchcrafter Walpurgis. You don't need to send it off of Foolish Burial Goods, which means you could, but it's except the turn it's sent there is the thing. Except the turn it's sent there is rough for this. I think you'd rather just have it on fields for the spell trap negate. These are pretty good cards. I feel like these aren't as strong as the Alistair cards we looked at last time, but they're solid cards. Really solid. And, you know, unlike the Alistair stuff, I think the Witchcrafter stuff can also significantly benefit. Like obviously we have one lock in the fusion in here, but it's only on this fucker. The Witchcrafter stuff can significantly benefit from the pile of Spellcaster stuff that has been coming out from this whole lore manga, like the manga that expanded the lore on these cards. And I think the Witchcrafters can also benefit from the stuff happening with the Charmer stuff too, because that's also Spellcaster support. So depending on like what's in, like what the synergies are between those two packages, and of course the Fairy Tale support that's also coming, like there's a lot going on here, and I think this deck more so than the Alistair deck can take advantage of that. Although I think the Alistair deck could also take advantage of that, because I don't think any of the stuff in the Alistair deck locked at all. It's just that the Alistair stuff takes up so much extra deck real estate with how many fusion monsters you need to run, whereas this stuff does not. So you can have a lot more of that Link stuff happening from the Endymion, Magistas, all that crap. Exciting stuff. God, the cards that are coming out for Yu-Gi-Oh now are so much more interesting than I feel like they have been for a couple of years. I'm really excited about some of these cards. I'm interested to see what people do with them. I think Spellcaster is looking very good coming into like these upcoming sets, and I think there's a lot of potential there. All right. I think that's going to be it for me, though. Let me know what you think of these cards down below. What are you doing with these cards, these Witchcrafter cards? Are you making a Witchcrafter deck? Are you making a Spellcaster pile? Let me know down below what you're doing, what you think of them, and I'll see ya in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey there, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I got a lot more for you if you want them. Just hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications. I'd also appreciate if you left me a like and a comment and maybe shared the video around with your friends. You can also follow me on all the usual social media sites and find my other YouTube channels and Twitch channel by checking out my website in the description below for all those links. My videos are funded by my patrons, Ko-fi subscribers, and YouTube members whose names you'll see scrolling by in these credits here. For just $1 a month, you too can find yourself here, trapped in my end screen for all eternity, among other benefits. In particular, I'd like to thank Jeremy Coatney, Frog Prince Michael, Beastsman, Beelzis, Fleakill, Fire Mizumi, Golden Nova, Haru Hayes, Squish, and the almighty Ferret Lord. A big thanks to all my other patrons and to my little community as a whole. Remember to be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful whatever time it is for you. Bye!